Hi students, hope you and your family are fine at home. In the last class, we have discussed about OGs, the graphical representation of cumulative frequency distributions. In this class, I am going to explain about applications of OGs. Application of OGs. By using OGU or OGs, median can be calculated in the following methods. S median, a measure of central tendency about which we have learnt in our previous classes. This can be calculated by using a formula also. Now this median can be calculated by using our values. How to find these values? Let us discuss. From n by 2 on y-axis, draw a line onto the value parallel to x-axis, and then draw a perpendicular from this point to x-axis. In this method, you can use either less than value or more than value. To apply this method, you have to construct the value first. It can be either less than value or more than value. From n by 2 on y-axis. Here n is sum of all frequencies, we know already. Now calculate n by 2. From n by 2 on y-axis, identify the point which represents n by 2 on y-axis. From that point, draw a line parallel to x-axis onto the value. And no doubt this line will intersect the value at some point. From that point, draw a perpendicular to x-axis. And no doubt this perpendicular will also intersect the x-axis at some point. Okay. The x-coordinate of the point of intersection of this perpendicular and x-axis is the required median. The perpendicular will intersect x-axis at some point. At that point, the x-coordinate will be the median. X-coordinate will be considered as the median of the given data. Okay, this will be very clear if we discuss one or two problems. Now, how to find median by using both the values at once. Draw both the values, and then from the point of intersection of these two values, draw a perpendicular to x-axis. When we draw both the values on the same graph, no doubt they both will intersect at some point. From that point of intersection of the values, draw a perpendicular to x-axis. And no doubt this perpendicular will meet x-axis at some point. At this point, the x-coordinate is the required median. The x-coordinate of the point of intersection of this perpendicular and x-axis is the required median. These are the two methods by using which we can find median of given data. These two methods will be very clear if we do some problems. During the medical checkup of 35 students of a class, their weights were recorded as follows. It is less than 38, 0 students, less than 40, 3 students, less than 42, 5 students, less than 44, 9 students, less than 46, 14 students, less than 48, 28 students, less than 50, 32 students, less than 52, 35 students. What you have to do is draw a less than value for the given data, hence obtain the median weight from the graph and verify the result by using the formula. First of all, you have to draw less than value. To draw less than value, whatever be the data given to us is enough, because the data given to us is less than type cumulative frequency distribution, in which we have the upper limits and the respective less than cumulative frequencies. That's why the data is enough to draw value and to find median from value. Whereas he is asking us to calculate median by using formula, for which we need the class intervals and the respective frequencies. For this purpose, we have to find class intervals and respective frequencies of the given data also. Now this is the complete less than type cumulative frequency distribution table, which contains again 4 columns: class intervals, frequency, below upper limit, and less than cumulative frequency. In this problem, these 2 columns were given, that is below upper limit and less than cumulative frequency were given, by using which we have to find class intervals as well as frequency, respective frequencies. By using below upper limit, I will calculate class intervals. What do I do? Here we used upper limits. These are all upper limits: 38, 40, 42, so on, 52. These are all upper limits. Copy them here. That means in the class intervals, we will get the upper limits. Now, as this is cumulative frequency distribution table, the class interval should be continuous. That means upper limit of any class is equal to lower limit of its next class. Upper limit of first class is 38. It should be equal to lower limit of second class. That's why copy 32. Upper limit of second class is 40. It should be equal to lower limit of the third class. These two should be equal. You can write 40. Same thing with the remaining classes. If you do in this way, we will get all the class intervals except for the first class interval. By observing all the class intervals or by the similarity, I can write this 36 also. Therefore, in this way, we can find the class intervals by using column 3, which is given in the problem itself. Now, we have to calculate frequency by using this less than cumulative frequency data. How to calculate this? In case of less than cumulative frequency distribution, we know for the first class interval, frequency and less than cumulative frequency are the same. So copy 0 here. Now, to find frequency of second class interval, the cumulative frequency is 3. This is the data related to less than 40. Less than 40 is 3 students. Less than 38 is 0 students. Therefore, 38 to 40, no doubt, we will have 3 minus 0, 3 students we have. Weight less than 40 is 3 students. Weight less than 42 is 5 students. Now I want the number of students whose weight is in between 40 and 42 is nothing but 5 minus 3, that is 2 here. Similarly, suppose if I want the frequency of 44, 46, what I will do? 14 minus 9. 14 minus 9, I will get 5. In this way, we can calculate the respective frequencies also by using less than type cumulative frequency. Now, we have the complete less than type cumulative frequency distribution in our hand. Now, let's draw less than value for the given data. Now, we have to take upper limits on x-axis and cumulative frequencies on y-axis, and you have to plot the points. These points we know from where you will getting, whose x coordinates are upper limits and whose y coordinates are respective cumulative frequencies. We will get these points, and we have to plot these points on the graph to get less than velocity. Now we will plot the points on the graph. The points we get here are 38, 0, 43, 42, 5, 44, 9, 46, 14, 48, 28, 50, 32, 52, 35. Here, the scale I have chosen on x-axis is 1 centimeter is equal to 2 kg, and on y-axis I have taken 1 centimeter as 5 students. Therefore, now we will plot the points on the graph. Very clear. On the x-axis, the scale we have taken is 2 kg, simply 2 units. because the difference between 40 and 38 is 2. 38, 40, 40, 42, 42, 44, so on. We're taking scale lines. On y-axis, the difference of these two, 10 minus 5, 5, 15 minus 10, 5. 5 units I have taken. As the number of students it is representing, you can say it as 5 students on y-axis. To plot 38, 0, as y-coordinate is 0, it will lie on x-axis. From origin, go to 38 and keep the point there. The second point is 40, 3. From origin, move right side till 40, then 3 units upwards. This point will be 40, 3. To plot 42, 5, starting from origin, move towards right till 42. From 42, move 5 units upwards. This point will be 42, 5. Similarly, we can plot the remaining points on the graph and join these points to get the respective OSU. See here also we get a smooth curve which is rising. In this also you can observe the less than OSU is a rising curve always. We constructed less than OSU for the given data. Now we will find median by using this OSU. From n by 2 is equal to 17.5 on y-axis. Draw a line parallel to x-axis to intersect curve, say at M. From M, draw a perpendicular to x-axis, and this meets x-axis at 46.5. So in the graph, n by 2. First of all, you have to see, check this. N by 2 is equal to 17.5. N is sum of all frequencies. Sum of all frequency is here. It is 35. Sum of all frequency is 35. 35 by 2 is 17.5. 17.5. You have to identify 17.5 on y-axis. This is our y-axis. The values are 5, 10, 15, 20, so on. Now 17.5 lies between 15 and 20. Okay. Now 17.5 will be exactly in the middle of 15 and 20. Now from this 17.5, draw a parallel line to x-axis. Draw a parallel line to x-axis. No doubt this line will meet the curve or less than OSU at some point at the point B M. Now from the point M, draw a perpendicular to x-axis. It's very clear. The perpendicular meets x-axis at some point. For this point, the x-coordinate will be 46.5 by observation you can know here, and the y-coordinate is 0 because it lies on x-axis. Y-coordinate is 0. Therefore, the perpendicular meets x-axis at 46.5. Now, from the graph, median is equal to 46.5, which is nothing but the x-coordinate of the final point. In this way, we can calculate median for the given data by using less than OSU. Let us verify this result by using actual formula. Now we will find median by using actual formula, for which you have to calculate n by 2 to identify the median class. N by 2 is 17.5. Now median class is identified by using cumulative frequency, which is just greater than n by 2. Now here very clear from the table, and therefore the table 28 is just greater than 17.5. Therefore the respective class interval, that is 46, 48 will be the median class. By using median class, you can identify these values. The value of L is lower limit of the median class, that is 46. Frequency of the median class 14. Cumulative frequency of the class preceding the median class is 14. Class size is 2. Class size is here. You have to take the size of median class. After getting these values, let me apply the formula. The formula for finding median is equal to L plus n by 2 minus Cf by F into H. Let us apply the values in the formula. L we got it as 46. N by 2 we calculated already 17.5. CF is 14. Frequency is also 14 into the class size is 2. Apply them. Now 17.5 minus 14 is 3.5. Here you can cancel 2 sevens. 3.5 by 7 and 46 plus 3.5 by 7. That is 46 plus. You can go for regular division. That is 0.5. Adding these two, I'll get 46.5. Here also I got median as 46.5. By using the graph also, you will get the median as 46.5. Therefore, the value of median is verified. Let's do one more problem. Draw both less than and more than values for the following distribution. Also find the median from the graph. The data given is in the form of classes and their respective frequencies. Here you have to draw both less than and more than values. To draw less than value, we need less than cumulative frequency distribution, and to draw more than value, we need to construct more than cumulative frequency distribution. Before constructing cumulative frequency distributions, we have to make sure the classes are continuous. Here the classes are continuous. Now let us prepare a combined cumulative frequency distribution for the data, which includes both less than cumulative frequency distribution and more than cumulative frequency distribution. It will be like this, which includes 6 columns: class intervals, frequency, which are common in LCFD and GCFD. So you can take these 2 columns. In case of LCFD, we need upper limits and respective less than cumulative frequencies. In case of GCFD, we need lower limits and greater than cumulative frequencies. As the class intervals are continuous, copy the class intervals as they are in the first column. Then copy the respective frequencies in the second column. Now in third column, we have to take upper limits. Here the upper limits are 144, 148, 152, 156, 160, 164 and so on. These are upper limits. Copy the upper limits in column 3. Then you have to calculate the respective cumulative frequencies. For the first class interval, the frequency and cumulative frequency are the same. So copy 3 as it is. To find cumulative frequency of less than type of the second class interval, find the sum of these two. 3 plus 9 is 12, 12 plus 24, 36, 36 plus 31, 67, 67 plus 42, 109 and so on. You can find the remaining cumulative frequencies in the same process. Now we will construct it less than type cumulative frequency distribution. As the columns of class intervals and frequency are common in LCFD and GCFD, we are not taking those 2 columns again. Now go for more than or equal to lower limits. That means you have to take the lower limits. The lower limits are 140, 144, 148 and so on, 176. Now copy the lower limits in this column. Now you have to find greater than cumulative frequencies by using the given frequency values. We know for the last class interval, frequency and greater than cumulative frequency are the same. So copy 34. Then to find greater than cumulative frequency of 172, 176, you have to find the sum of 34 and 86, that is 120. To find greater than cumulative frequency of the class interval 168, 172, you have to find the sum of 120 and 82, that is 202. And to find greater than cumulative frequency of 164, 168, I have to find the sum of 202 and 75, that is 277. Similarly, from 60 and 64 we have to add 277 and 64, we will get 340. By continuing this process, we will get the remaining greater than cumulative frequencies. Therefore, what we did is we combined less than cumulative frequency distribution and greater than cumulative frequency distribution. By combining both of them, we prepared a table this way. Now, by using this distribution, we represent the complete data on a graph to get values of both the types. Now plot the points. These points you get from the table. Plot these points and join these with a freehand. The curves obtained will be the less than value. Okay, all these points, how to write these points we already discussed. With the x coordinates of points, they are 144, 148, 152, so on, 180. These are nothing but the upper limits which are available in the table, the third column. And the y coordinates of these points are 3, 12, 36, 67, so on, 450. These are nothing but LCFs, less than cumulative frequencies. Therefore, by using upper limits and the respective less than cumulative frequencies, we will get these points. We have to plot all these points on a graph and then join them. The curves obtained will be the less than value. On the same graph, plot the points. Here also you will get some points. There are 140, 450, 144, 447, and so on. 176, 34. These points also will get from the table, whose x coordinates 140, 144, 148, so on. 176 are the lower limits, and the y coordinates 450, 447, 438, 414, 383, so on, 34 are the greater than cumulative frequencies. Therefore, by using lower limits and the respective greater than cumulative frequencies, we can form these points, of course, from the table. Now we have to plot these points on the same graph and join these points with freehand. We will get a curve. The curve so obtained will be the more than value. Let's plot all these points on the graph. The graph will be like this. Here, the scale what you have taken is on x-axis. You have taken 1 centimeter is equal to 4 units, and on y-axis you have taken 1 centimeter is equal to 30 units. Let's go to the graph. Observe the graph here. Now here on x-axis you have taken height, whereas on y-axis you have taken the frequency. Now based on the x coordinates of the points which are available, we have taken this scale. The scale we have taken is like 1 centimeter is equal to 4 units. The difference between 140 and 144 is 4. 144, 148, 4 units. 148, 152, 4 units. Therefore, we have taken a scale of 4 units on x-axis, and on y-axis we have taken a scale of 30 units. And this is 0. This is 60. That means this point midpoint is 30. Therefore, 1 centimeter is equal to 30 units you are taken on y-axis. By using these scales, you have to represent the points which are available on the graph. And by plotting the graphs points on the graph, we will get these curves like this. This is less than value, which is a rising curve, whereas this is more than value, which is a falling curve. But we know already how to plot the points. You can understand it very easily. Now the two values intersect at some point here. Here that is L. Here is taken as L. Okay. You have to find median by using these two values. Clearly, the two curves intersect at point L. Draw LM perpendicular to OX. OX is x-axis here. Simply From L, draw a perpendicular line to x-axis. Yes, this perpendicular will meet the x-axis at some point. That point we named it as M. Okay. Clearly, x coordinate of M is 166 from the data. This is exactly middle of 164 and 168. That's why you can consider it as 166. Hence, the median will be 166 centimeters. Therefore, in this way, we can find median of the given data by using both the values. What we have learnt in this class? Application of values. That means by using values, we can find the measure of central tendency median. This can be calculated by using only less than value or only more than value or both. We can construct values in different cases. By the word different cases, the data can be given in any form. You can construct the values. Thank you.